All right, family. Notice that right here, if you look, I'm trying to zoom in. Hold on. You look on top, you see 9/13/2019, right? And what's going on? I'm telling her I have an appointment, a doctor's appointment with my child, because he has seizures, and I just found out that he was vaccinated 2 weeks before his seizures. His mother lied to me and the hospital. I'm trying to inform the hospital that it was the vaccinations. On record, the hospital did 4 different tests and still were baffled at why he had seizures. They were dumbfounded. They did not know. They did a blood test. They did a test where they put probes on his head. They did a spinal tap where they went in his spine, took spinal fluid. And they also did a DNA test to see if it was genetic. And it was and they was still baffled. So when I found the information out 7 months later that she vaccinated him 2 weeks beforehand, I let her know, and I let the hospital know. And I said, I need to go do and ask you questions about the mental health of my baby, because he has to take medicine for his brain, for the electrical pulses in his brain, because he's been damaged. He's neurologically damaged since those vaccines took place. So the mother who continues to vaccinate him, when I still had shared custody at the time. This is 9/13/19. This is before. Okay, and I asked for it, and she said no. No, it's canceled. I just canceled the appointment. He's not feeling good. He needs rest. I made an appointment so I could talk to Ezra. Ezra does not need to be present. So he's basically saying, she's saying the baby does not feel good, so he can't go to the doctor. This is exactly what she's saying. Let me show you some more stuff right here. All right. So let me go. Okay. We pull up this. This is my the same date, as you can see. Let me zoom in. 9/13/19. You can see that. The same date. I go to the police, get a police report, because they were telling me they would not give me my baby when I tried to take him to the hospital. Even though right here, as you can see, I gave them a notice that I was going to take him to the hospital this time. This is the time right here. Maternal grandmother is not allowed, planned doctor's visit for his son. The grandmother shared custody. So right here, I just want to do a police report to show that. But not only that, and let me come back out of here. This is the threat that the auntie did to me. Oh yeah, I'm here. Go ahead. Is that a threat, ma'am? You gonna get ugly? That means you gonna hurt me? Yeah, you gonna hurt me. Okay, cool. I'm glad you said that. So you see right here, not only see, I'm trying to de-escalate the situation, and they're making it worse with threats. Mind you, this was taken on the same day that I was supposed to take my child to the daycare. I mean, no, to the hospital. So instead of taking the hospital, they take my child when they don't even have them usually, but they take him because they heard I was going to take him to the hospital. And why not? She lied to the doctor. But let's continue though. Okay, well, okay, cool. You know, talk to your mother, right? You gonna hurt me. Come on, come on, man. I'm not gonna disrespect your mother. Come on. I apologize. Every time I apologize to your mother, man. You're gonna hurt me. I'm glad you said you're gonna hurt me. You can get your mother on the phone, please. You get your mother on the phone, please. You'll get somebody else. Your husband or somebody. Okay, I got you. Your husband gonna do it? I'm like, come on, now. I'm not sodomite. A Christian is sodomite. I mean, I'm not sodomite. A Christian is, I'm not sodomite. Come on now. Because your mother, I'm not gonna argue, screaming. I'm taking my baby. Yeah, man. This is the black face nigga stuff. Come on now. I don't want to argue with you. I don't want to act like I'm going to fight or something or somebody will kill you. Whatever kind of crap you, whatever type of harm you want to try to come to that. I'm there. And you're saying in the harsh tone because you want some type of fight to happen, right? Okay, you're repeating it no times. Yeah. And a lot of folks have a lot of emotion. Come on, anybody gonna disrespect your mama. Your mother will call my mother. Remember that my mother's number. If I disrespect your mother, I'm gonna get a scold. My mother's gonna tell me about myself. She's already did it a couple times. So that's not a problem. I'm not gonna disrespect your mother. And this is some of the dirty things that the grandmother, the great grandmother does do of my child. She won't disrespect me to my face. She would get one of her sons and her daughters to do it. Come at me reckless. Very, very evil, typical slave, you know what I mean, slave mentality. But let me all right. I don't understand the technical difficulties, but let me show you something real quick. So he got these vaccinations. If you look it up, he got them on January the 17th. Okay, January the 17th. But if you look, and I want you guys to check this out. But if you look right here, he started season he did not seize on this day. He did 2 days before this, which is the 1st of February. This right here was the assessment plan when he was still in the hospital, but he started going into seizures on the 1st. And the scary part about this is who knows how long he was going into seizures after he got immunized. Thank God I had custody of him. I had shared custody so that when he got with me on Friday, I started noticing him seizing and shaking. I'm sure they noticed before me, but they didn't do anything about it because they were the reason for it. But look at what his mother did. Look, close in. It says right here on this date, his mother said he was unimmunized. And I thought because I put in paperwork showing he was unimmunized. So this right here is 2-3. And I just showed you he got immunized or whatever on the 17th of January. Now notice this because you can see right here, I put in paperwork his first year. I put in paperwork, what is it, October 1st, 2018, for him not to be vaccinated. They went around my paperwork. They don't respect me. So what happens is my child is he can't even say 2 words. He doesn't understand any command. You can't tell him nothing that he can understand except for no and stop. That's about it. But in regards, he doesn't understand his name. He doesn't understand come here. he's been brain damaged, and they're being very prideful by continuing to vaccinate him when we see clearly that it was within 2 weeks. And like I said, clearly I can show documentation, and I will in a later date, showing that the hospital did not know what hurt him. They could not come to no conclusion on what it is that harmed him on this date. But I found out later, and I'm gonna be fighting for my baby because he cannot be right here. Once again, right here is unvaccinated, 15-month-old male, no significant, who presents, okay, new onset shaking spells that started 2 days prior to the presentation. Spell started morning on Friday to February 1st. Yeah, he started shaking Friday, February 1st. That's just because I got him on Friday. I get him on weekends. Who knows how long he's been shaking since he got them vaccinations on the 17th. Who knows how long he's been seizing? But as we can see here, this is the damage that's done to my child. I just want to throw that out there.